Hello again. Hopefully this time the audio works. If there's anybody listening, please comment, leave a comment. I want to know what's up with the audio. Uh, it's always a problem using wireless mic on a phone. I always had the problem most of the time. Okay. Anyway, today it's a I want to share my problem and how I deal with my problems for the outdoor plant, mainly Colocasia, in the dry season like this, especially. I live in Thailand, so at the moment, I'm sorry, it's really hot. It's hot, but it's dry. Oh, actually, it just rained, so it's not so dry. Uh, it was dry for a month. Mostly, it's windy, dry, quite hot, and now I have pest problem with that weather. When it's dry, I always has mite problem. If I pronounce it correctly, I'm not sure the name of the pest in English. I'm sorry. Okay, I has the mite problem. They all over my colocasia and other plant. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, I had that pest problem, the mite. They're all over my colocasia. Um, and before I would use pesticide to spray all over my colocasia and other plants that stay outside of the greenhouse. Um, my home, it's a bit distant from where I plant my colocasia, so I don't have problem with pesticide before, but right now I have a little French bulldog, and I try to walk him outside and sometimes take him in the greenhouse, so I stop using pesticide. Sometimes I would go with something like I would say non chemical product, but last time I brought my dog there, he vomit a bit, so uh, I have to find some other ways. Maybe that non chemical product was not non chemical. I'm not so sure, but um, today I want to talk about colocasia that stay outside of my greenhouse, outdoor basically. With colocasia, I had mite problems like every winter or dry season. It not winter actually. It in summer it's dry. I had problem in winter. It's also dry and windy. That's a massive problem. Somehow they like flown in the air and on to other plants. But what I would do with colocasia right now is I would just trim off uh, the petioles and the leaf completely and let them regrow again. And and yeah, okay. And I would put the leaf and petioles that I trim that I cut in some plastic bag, make sure it's all closed up. I had some I would say area that I could burn it. I could burn that leaf, or we don't have a really good, I would say, like the trash, the I don't know, the garbage truck didn't come pick up the garbage, so I can't throw them in the garbage. So ending up have to burn it, and that's actually a bit safer since the garbage is not far away from my house. It could come back. So I decided to burn it this year, and it'll grow back, no problem at all. Um, wait, yeah, when it gets some water, when the rains come, it'll grow back, no problem. And in raining season, I also have a pest problem as well. Not one actually. Oh, and there's one more thing: grasshopper. It pays a visit every morning. Doesn't matter what season. It come in the rain. It comes in the dry, it just come and take a nip of my plants. It doesn't matter what it is, and I have really low chance of catching them. I see them fly around, uh, and there is a difference on the grasshopper bites and the snails. So yeah, grasshopper come on every season, but on raining season, I have a big army of snails. I don't know if they are garden snails or what snails. They are big and small. I have two sizes at my house, but they never show themselves during other season. But when the rain comes, 2 days of rains, they pop up. I don't know from where, but they they eat so quickly, but not as quick as caterpillars. I don't have much problem with caterpillars. I keep my colocasia in I would say like a net house, some sort of like that. So it is protected against caterpillars and butterflies and grasshopper too. But with mites, they can just get in, no problem at all. And snails, I don't know how they sneak in. Doesn't matter if I have the nets protecting my colocasia. They sneak in, they eat it all. They are, well, I would say number one, the quickest one is caterpillar. Number two is the snail. Well, not individually. The snails are quick because they are like an army of it. Have to, we have to walk around and pick them one by one. Try to look. Sometimes they hide under, like I have a kind of tarp lay on the ground to prevent the weed from growing. I think they might come from underneath there because I have seen it once. And what else I want to talk about? Um, oh, I think that would be all. Yeah, that would be all. Oh, oh yeah, the soil. Forgot. I want to talk about the soil too. The soil mix that you could use to plant your colocasia. If you're planning to plant them now or soon in dry season, at least in Thailand or somewhere around here that has similar weather. I would recommend if you're gonna propagate a new plant, I would recommend using clay. Uh, Put in a pot that has no drainage hole. Use clay. Then just pour water inside. Cover the underneath under this like the bottom layer is just clay, and then you stick your colocasia inside. You don't need a lot of clay. It's like I think it's depend on the size of your plant too. If it's small, like an inch, about 2 centimeters or 3 centimeters, that's fine. If it's a big one that you bought and you chop all the leaf and petioles and there's a big core, maybe you need like 3 inch thick of clay, and then just plug it in. Um, Put some water inside. You need standing water if you use clay, otherwise the clay dried out, and that's gonna be really bad. So standing water. Why I recommend that during this season? Firstly, because it's dry. So colocasia needs water. They like sunlight and water. So it's the water bills is not cheap anymore. So putting water inside is save a bit of money and also time. And I would say I have like 99 success rate of using clay, whether it's small plant or big plants, but not like pinky small, maybe about a thumb size like that. Um, and actually, you can use other planting medium as well. I now starting planting them in directly into the soil. Uh, but there's a problem with that because the soil dried out really, really quick because of the wind and the sun. So, what I would do is cover the soil around the area of the root. Where you think the root would grow? Maybe extend it a bit more with some I don't know what they call mulch or something like that. We have rice straw, so we use that, and I also have uh, a lot of leaves falling off the trees. They're shedding leaves, so I use that to cover them. It keep the moisture, it lock the moisture in the soil, so I don't have to water them every day. And they actually survive. If you plant them in the soil, um, they don't need to be watered every day unless you just plant them. But if they are a big mature plant already, you can water them once every, I think once every 3 day maximum at the time now. And what else do you use? And actually, you can use many things to plant colocasia. I did use mud. Uh, it works. I saw like basically colocasia is weed. It's kind of weed. It grow really quick. They are on street side of Thailand. They died off during the season or summer, and then they reemerge when the rain comes, just like that every year. The corn underneath the soil, they don't really die off. They'll regrow after the dry season. Um, what else? Oh, unless that corn is really old, it will dissipate. It will just rot and die. But they also shoot out new runners, so it's they never died off. It's a weed. There's only the I think there's only one colocasia that I keep having problem with is the midnight. Uh, I don't have a lot of that. It just doesn't grow well at my home. Um, Maybe because I got them all really small. I bought them when they were really, really expensive, and now the price is like it used to be like in the range of like 60, 70,000 baht per, like for one small plant. I would say this tall. I bought them 60, I think 65,000 baht, and right now they're sold for I don't know hundreds or thousand a bit, like in the beginning of the thousand or the late 900 baht. So I think that would be all. Oh, one more. Uh, yeah, that would be all. Okay, it's a lot of nonsense today, but want to share a bit. Please leave a comment. Thank you.